Hello, and welcome to Really Big Hat. My name is Jared, and this is Pokémon Crystal Clear. We are here today to show how I catch and raise all of the Pokémon that I use in my Pokémon Stadium 2 series. This is where I get the overpowered Crystal Clear Pokémon. So I am going to start from the first step to the last step in catching, making sure that it's max DVs, and then I'm going to raise the Pokemon. I'm going to show what I do for a money farm, because you do need a lot of money for this as well. And I'm going to show you what I do for my experience and stat experience farm. So we are going to get right on all of that. So I am over here to catch a Bayleaf. That is what I am currently after. I'm on Route 15. And we are going to try and catch a Bayleaf. So I have my 3 Kanto starters as my walking around Pokemon. I'm also currently training a Blissey, so we'll see the tail end of that in this video as well. But that's not the focus. But I do have my Kanto starters as my walking around Pokemon, like I said, and they each have a specific function. Charizard is for searching through grass for Pokemon, because he has Wing Attack, which can constantly KO a large number of them because of its high power point total. Yeah, if you look here, Wing Attack has 56 power points, so you can use it a lot. You do this 5 times and you've got a full chain, basically. They also have a bunch of HMs on them as well. Venusaur's job is to Sweet Scent. It does also have a couple of HMs on it as well. And then Blastoise's job is also to use a bunch of HMs and Rock Smash. But this is the Pokemon that I use for the money farm, and we will see that later. But for now, I am just going to go start Sweet Scenting with Venusaur, and we're going to dig for a Bayleaf. It is only a 4% encounter, so it's going to be a while, but we're going to dig for it. So we will just scoot ahead through all this, and I do have this set to go fast. Yeah, I have a speed up function on this. There we go. Yeah, it's going to take a while. And then even once we find it, it's going to be constant vigilance to keep the chain. So hey, there's a Chansey, but I've already got that. Yeah, this could take a while. But there's nothing much else to do. Well, we can check those footprints. I mean, if that's Bayleaf, then no, it's Quagsire. Okay. Nope, we will not start tracking Quagsire. We're going to go back to hunting for Bayleaf. Yeah, I didn't even think to check the footprints. That would have been an easy way to do it. Honestly, it might be beneficial to just, like, leave and come back and try and reset the footprints or something. I don't know. I've never actually done that, so I'm not sure how it would work. But I do know that if you do get the footprints for a Pokemon that you're searching for, it starts the chain pretty high. I think it starts it at like 30 or something. So that would be a shortcut. That would be helpful. Hey, there's our Bayleaf, though, so we're good. So we are going to Wing Attack this. And the reason that we were searching for that, and the reason that we KO'd it, was to start our chain. So I do have our Dex tracker here. So if we check it, you can see our species is Bayleaf and our chain is 1. So we have 1 roll possible per encounter right now, and as we continue to knock out Bayleaf, and specifically Bayleaf, we're going to start a chain. So already with our chain of 1, the encounter chance has jumped. Oops. Accidentally hit switch instead of Sweet Scent. Wasn't paying attention. Okay, so there is another Bayleaf. And what we're going to do is we're just going to knock him out until we get one with all 15s. I mean, if we catch a shiny before then, I'll grab that too, but that's not what we're looking for, because that wouldn't be competitive. But it is a possibility, so I thought I'd mention it. Yeah, so I am just gonna go back to our speed up. And yeah, we're just gonna keep doing this. See, that one's already pretty high. Like, but yeah, not what we need. And there was our +1 reroll already, so yeah, you could see the little pop-up. I went by it pretty fast because I was in speed-up mode, but yeah, it does tell you when you hit a new threshold of your chain. And this will be helping to finish off Blissy's training. You know, each of these Bayleafs is worth a set of stat experience, so... And that is part of the process, is that everything is kind of cyclical. Like, one thing leads to the next, which leads to the next. Like, while I'm farming for money, I'm also getting experience and stat experience on Pokemon. Yep, while I'm chaining to catch new Pokemon, I'm getting experience and stat experience, so... It all kind of meshes together in the end. But we do have to, like I said, keep a weather eye out, because I don't think we will be at, like, 100% for Bayleaf just yet. I think the chain has to get a little higher before that happens, and we stop running into other Pokemon. See, look at that one. That is very close, but yeah. There will be a pop-up message that says it has a powerful aura, and see, that's what I'm talking about. So when we see something else, we just run, and it's fine. We could also catch it if we wanted, like if it was something really cool, like if we just randomly had run into a shiny Nidorino, for example, we could have caught it, and then just continued our Bayleaf chain unbroken. So that is a nice quality of life feature as well. And there was another reroll, so every time we do get to those rerolls, we're increasing our chances of running into Bayleaf instead of something else. So eventually it should clip past 100 and we'll stop running into other things, I believe. I don't actually know the exact math, but I know that no matter what I've been searching for, eventually you only run into that thing if you get the chain high enough. And yeah, so we're just going to be sitting here chaining Bayleaf for a while. So I am going to train this into a competitive Pokemon. I'm going to train a Meganium out of this. And it's not like a top-tier Pokemon, Meganium, but it's pretty solid. Good defensive pivot. Yeah, I really just chose this because I was kind of already in the area. Like, I was just running around, doing some random stuff. Like I said, I was training that Blissey that you just saw. But in the middle of that, I did just kind of start wandering around and wound up down here in Fuchsia. So, okay, and then there's our Nidorino trying to mess up our chain. So, yep. Constant vigilance. There's another reroll, so that's good. And we are down to our last 6 wing attacks before we're going to have to either run back to a Pokemon Center or use a Max Elixir. I have plenty of Max Elixirs on me, so that's what we're going to do, just to streamline this a bit, make it a little bit faster. But technically, I wouldn't have to waste that resource since I am pretty much right near a Pokemon Center. It's like 2 screens away. Okay, but that was there. So yeah, see, I've got 24 Max Elixirs. That's going to be more than enough. And we're going to go back to our chain. So this is just what we're going to do until we find a powerful Aura Bayleaf that is a Bayleaf with 15 in all of its DVs. Which we can see right there, by the way. Yeah, I'm sure you've already noticed by now. That's what those numbers under its HP bar are. Those are its DVs. That is another quality of life function for Crystal Clear here, is that they let you see that kind of stuff. Alright, there was another reroll, so we are getting there. That one was close. And yeah, like I said, there is also a better than decent chance that we accidentally run into a shiny. That has happened to me several times while I'm hunting for a competitive version of a Pokemon. Ooh, that one was even closer. Yeah, I thought that was it. That was... But yeah, the way shinies work in Gen 2, if you didn't know, is the last 3 DVs all have to be 10. And then the Pokemon will be shiny. But what that means is that it won't be as competitively viable as a Pokemon with all 15s. You know, your stats are going to be a little bit lower. And that's your defense, your special, and your speed. That has to be 10. So some of those are pretty important, as you can imagine. Yeah, there's really no Pokemon that wouldn't rather have higher stats in at least one of those. Yeah, we are getting around the range where we have a good chance of getting one. This is typically around the area where a max DV Pokemon might show up, so I am trying to really keep a weather eye out and not accidentally click through it, you know? Because I've done that before a few times. Got what I was looking for, and then, whoops, clicked Wing Attack again. Oof. That Pidgeotto really tried to screw up my chain. I was on my last Wing Attack, and I was zoning out. Okay, well. Go ahead and use an elixir. And we will continue on. That one has 3 zeros. Okay, there's another reroll. That's good. Where is our chain, by the way? I haven't really been keeping track. We are at 126, and we have 7 rerolls now, so... Moving right along. We're getting there. I don't remember off the top of my head, like, what the odds are per number of rerolls, but I know it gets pretty good odds by the end. Like, I think it becomes something like 1 in 60. Oh, there it is. Yep. And yeah, like I said, usually it happens well before you max out your chain. So we are just going to go ahead and catch this. I do have a couple of Master Balls just in case for things, but I am just going to use some level balls since I outlevel it by a little over 70. And we'll go ahead and just, like, speed this up too, actually. We'll get it eventually, don't worry. There we go. Yep, it is a new capture, so we're getting the Pokédex data. I don't really nickname, but you do have the option there. And we will discontinue our chain here. So we are the proud owner of a max DV Bayleaf, as you can see. You also get to check it here. Yeah. And I want to check where my Blissey is on stat experience. Okay, attack is finished, and everything else is close. Speed is lagging behind a bit. That's actually fine, because the place where I normally train has a lot of speed. So, let's actually go do that. We will go train for both experience and stat experience. So I am going to give Bayleaf the experience share, and we are going to fly. I like coming here to Silver Cave. Whee! Because there is a Pokemon Center here, right next to a patch of grass. It's like 6 tiles away. Okay, before I start this, I would like to disable tracking, which technically means I'll be preserving the Bayleaf chain if I wanted to go back later and either get another one or shiny hunt it, but I don't plan on doing either of those. But it is something I could do. But what we are doing here is we are just going to train on the Pokemon that show up here. And actually what I'm going to do is I am going to adjust my speed even faster. So get ready for this. Yeah, that was the slower of the 2 speeds that I speed up to, that we just did to chain. Okay, had to adjust some settings, and we're back, but woo! Okay, so we are going to go to Venusaur and Sweet Scent, and then we are going to power through at lightning sonic speeds. Look at this. Mwahaha! And yeah, there was our Bayleaf just evolved into Meganium in the background there. And yeah, we just go until we run out of power points, run into the Pokemon Center, heal up in a flash because we can speed through that as well, and we come back and do it all over again. Now, for a Pokemon to be fully stat experienced, as you saw, it needs like 65,000 stat experience, and a Pokemon with good stats could, like, at most give you, like, 80 to 100, typically, of any one stat. Whoops. So, if you're any good at math, you know that we have to do this, you know, about a dozen times or so, typically. Actually, is that right? You know what? I never really keep track. I'm not good at math, so I just do it until it's full. But yeah, at this kind of a speed, it's a rather easy process, as you can imagine. And you can do it with multiple Pokemon at once. Like I said, I'm currently training both that Blissey and my Meganium, so yeah, let's check Blissey, by the way. Let's see how she's doing. Yeah, everything with speed, and we're about to max that out, so oops. Whatever. But yeah, that probably did it for Blissey, I would imagine. Yeah, there we go. So Blissey is fully stat experienced. Got 5 stars. So now all we would need to do, typically, is raise it up to 100, but this one I'm actually training for the Poke Cup, so I'm going to take it back down to 50, and I'm going to be doing the same thing with Meganium. So that is a feature in Crystal Clear that we are going to go show off right now. Gonna just pause our training here, and we're gonna go to Goldenrod, run up to where the Name Raider is, and it is an entire facility now. As you can see, there's all sorts of stuff in here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk to this guy, and we are gonna de-level our Blissey back down to 50. So now it is ready for the Poke Cup. Well, level-wise, it's ready for the Poke Cup. If we look, it should know a bunch of weird random moves. Yeah, because I did have it in the daycare before this, because I was breeding a Chansey for the Little Cup as well. So it went straight through its level list and, yeah, winds up something like this. So the next thing we're actually going to do is teach it the proper move set. Now, there are a couple of different ways to do that, and I'm going to actually have to have a think about which way I want to go with Blissey. So I'll go do that real quick. Okay, I actually think I know what I want to do. So we are going to come up here and go down to Grizz's PC. This is the battle tutor here, as well as an event tutor and the Kanto TM tutor. So we're going to go through the Kanto TMs, and we're going to look for soft-boiled. Oh, and Seismic Toss. Yep. Seismic Toss. You know, I've heard it both ways, and that's not just a Sean Spencer quote. But yeah, I mean, I think it would be Seismic for what they were going for, but I've heard Seismic so many times that sometimes that just slips out. At the end of the day, it's a Pokemon move, and it really doesn't matter that much, so I don't typically worry about it. Okay, there's soft-boiled for us. Yes, we will get soft-boiled. We'll get rid of Double Edge for that. And we do have Light Screened learned right now, and I'm thinking about keeping that. And then our last move is either going to be Heal Bell or Ice Beam. I think I'll go for Heal Bell to be a full cleric, like be able to cure the status of my other Pokemon. Was that an egg move or a level up move? I don't remember. Let's see if it was level up. Because the move reminder is right over here. If it was level up, I can learn it from her. Okay, it was not. So I think it must have been an egg move. I don't think it would have been a move tutor thing. I really doubt that. But, okay, let me double check and see if I actually have the items. We might have to show off something else here. Okay, this is a lot of goofy stuff in here. And I am looking for... Ah, Gold Leaf. I've got one left. Okay. So we actually need those to learn egg moves from a tutor in Vermilion. So we're going to go do that. So we're going to run over here. And we are going to teach Blissey Heal Bell from him, I believe. Yes, there it is. Okay, Heal Bell. And yeah, we will get rid of Egg Bomb for that. And we have learned Heal Bell. Huzzah! So, we are almost done now, but if we look over here, those are some lower power points than I would want on some of those moves. So, last and certainly not least, we are going to look for a few more PP Max items here. I already have 3 on me because I usually have a good stock, because I'm constantly doing this exact process, but we're going to go show where to get them. Actually, how much money do I have on me right now? Oops, not the Pokegear. Money, please. Okay, I got almost 600k, so that's plenty. Plenty to do this. So we are going to go to Celadon. And we are heading to the game corner. We're going to run up and buy as many coins as we can carry. Yep, usually costs just under 200k. And then we are going to run next door. And as you can see, there is PP Max right there. And we're just going to go ahead and grab 4 of them because that's how many you can buy with a full stash of coins. Now, you saw you can also buy rare candies there. That is not the most efficient way to get those either. And I should have a decent stockpile of them as well. Yeah, I've got 29 of those right now. I usually only use like 5 at a time on any one Pokemon because typically they are fully trained before they reach level 100, but it's typically in like the high 90s is where you max out your stat experience, doing it the method that I use. Yeah, so, right, I was going to use those on Blissey. Finish off her training. So yeah, we will just do Heal Bell, Seismic Toss, and Soft Boiled. Light Screen, we don't need a max PP for that. Like, the only reason you would do that is if you're ever going to get into a PP stall war, and honestly, if that ever happens in Pokemon Stadium, I am not publishing that video. I'm gonna... like, I would not want to subject people to that. I mean, it might be interesting to speed through and show you what happens in that kind of a situation, but nah, man, nah. But yeah, so what we are going to do now is just box the Blissey with my other level 50s, some of whom you will see here. Yeah, that is this box here, so. And yeah, so we're gonna move over here, and as you can see, our level 50 slot now has the dreaded Skarmory Blissey core of defensive, just gargantuanness. Yeah, I've also been training a handful of other Pokemon, some of them kind of random. I got a Jolteon, a Jynx, a Lapras, and then I've got some Little Cup Pokemon down here. And yeah, if you want to look at what I'm doing for the Little Cup, here's a hint. Oh, that's a shiny Chansey, isn't it? Wow. Huh. Well, what about the Scyther? Oh, yep, that's shiny too. Well, what about the Smoochum? Oh, yep, that's shiny. And I do have a shiny Porygon that I'm training, and I'm going to shiny the others as well. So that's just a little sneak peek at what I'm doing for the Little Cup. They're all going to be shinies. Because I just wanted to do something fun. But anyway, I'm going to go and check on Meganium's stat experience here, and yeah, so it's still pretty low. You can use a full suite of the stat boosting items, you know, your proteins, your irons, your calciums, to jumpstart the process. I typically don't bother because you saw how fast I can train stat experience over at Mount Silver. But that is actually a pretty good look at everything you have to do to fully train a Pokemon. Having that Blissey there to show the tail end of the process was actually quite fortuitous. So yeah, I showed how to catch a Pokemon, I showed how to make sure it has max DVs, I showed how to train stat experience to max. I think the only thing that I didn't show in my process is the money farm. So I am just going to go over to New Cinnabar here and show that off. So I do have, as I said earlier, Blastoise here is my money farmer, and that is because my money farm is Blaine's Gym here on New Cinnabar Island. So I will go in here, and at lightning speed, I will set up a new challenge, and I will just go through all of these guys just in a flash, because you get, I think I did the math once, and it was about like 75k per loop. And as you can see, it doesn't take that long at all. Blastoise can just surf everything in here to death, including that Blossom from earlier, and that's all she wrote. So then you just do that over and over and over again until you have as much money as you need for the next set of things. And yeah, it does cost quite a lot to buy everything you need. You saw earlier, it takes about 200,000 to get a full pouch of coins. It takes about 600,000 to buy a full suite of the stat boosting items. You know what? Let's just show off every single thing I can think of as well. I'm gonna go show you the TM store as well because, yeah, here, I'll go into my bag and yeah, I'll jump up here. As you can see, I have multiple copies of every single TM. I might be out of one or two, and if I am, I'll go restock, but it doesn't look like I am. Yeah, no, I'm good. And then I've got all the HMs as well. Yeah, so the department stores, both of them, the TM marts in both department stores are fully stocked with every single TM in the game. You're able to buy them all from the time that you have 8 badges, which is actually just the halfway point in this. Yeah. Oh, and it is Sunday, so there's the lady that gives you frustration in return, so... But yeah, they are split into 4 sets. You know, like if you look at set 4 down here, it's got like Blizzard and Thunder, Earthquake, Psychic, Fire Blast, you know, some of the good ones. And yeah, they're just kind of spread out there, and you can buy all the TMs as well. So yeah, you can take any Pokemon, and as long as it has the max DVs already, you can make it into a fully competitively viable Pokemon with any moves that it can possibly learn. Yeah, I showed you the Egg Move Tutor over in Vermilion, there's the Move Reminder up here, and there's also a Battle Tutor that you can teach Pokemon some moves that they wouldn't otherwise usually know. So if we go into it here for Meganium, like, yeah, you can teach your Meganium Baton Pass, Growth, Sleep Powder. I mean, these are some good moves. Like, it takes a lot of Pokemon to another level. Like, Meganium could be a growth sweeper. That's not something it could do before. So, it's very cool. It's very cool what you can do in Crystal Clear. But with that done, I am going to just personally go finish training this Meganium, but I think I've shown you everything to do with the process here, so I'm actually just going to sign off here and call it a video. So I will just say, I will see you guys next time. Later.